Hi, my fellow Virgo sun, maybe moon, maybe rising, maybe you have something and you have all three. I know my boyfriend's Virgo sun, Virgo moon. Maybe you're not even a Virgo. You may have planets in Virgo. Whatever brought you to the reading, I want to welcome you. I want to say that this reading did not come easy to me. It's like I was fighting. Where I'm living at now is, some people will call it out in the country. It's not really out in the country. It's a small city or a small town. But we're not far from, everything. But anyways, there's been a lot of noises today that I couldn't control. So every time I went to start your reading, someone would start a mower or, what have you. So I decided to close the window. We're going to do your reading. And we're going to see what's going on. Remember, you don't have to call your spirit guides, and I call all the spirit guides of anyone that I know is going to see the video at any time. Doesn't matter if you see it right when I put it out. Don't worry about that. You'll be nudged to it when it's your time. I always ask for the highest of energy in unconditional love to work hand in hand with my guides to bring us the clearest messages possible. Let me just get myself ready. Take a moment if you need, do a little deep breathing. Remember, you want to release the outcome. Don't try to control it. When you try to control something, it seems to just add resistance into your life. So, there you go. Okay, let's begin. I don't even know if I gave you a month. This is for June 2020, but it doesn't really matter. It's just whenever you see the reading. Alright, we have the Prince of Wands, potential Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Strength card of Leo, your neighbor. We have the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, remember, this doesn't have to be actual people. Some of them will be, some of them are just characters in our play. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking at the Queen of Swords and I'm wondering, what did she need the Strength card for? This is she looking at something? We have the High Priestess. That's your intuition. At least in my readings, that's what it is. So she's looking for some truth. Real truth. Right? Doesn't want it to come so much from her head, more from her heart. And I feel like for some reason these two are split, so now I have Strength card over here. We have the Three of Cups. So we have this Prince of Wands coming in. This is energy that's coming towards you. It's coming quickly, sometimes recklessly, can feel chaotic because it's coming somewhat quickly. And it's showing us that it gives us a reason to celebrate. So whatever this energy is that's coming in, is giving us a reason to celebrate. And it's kind of funny because now when I look at it, it's like the strength card, the our inner knowing, right? What we've always known. We just have to dig and find it to help us through a situation, through a time period, what have you. You know, it's showing that the job is done, that, you know, she has tamed the lion, so to speak, when it's really the lion who should be, you know, ruling the show, but it's not. It's her. Gently, right? This is kind of a gentle energy, so maybe it's just talking about be gentle on yourself at the same time. Has the infinity symbol above it. All right, let's keep going. We have the Hierophant. Someone may be coming in with a proposal. Because I feel like the energy starting at the Strength card, I really don't have, like, I don't know, what does it bring you? It brings a sense of joy. So I don't have anything negative right there, other than it took a minute, it took a moment for someone to look within themselves and do, and overcome. You know, I keep getting that saying in my head that if you're one of God's elects, then you have to expect challenges. It's the only way to overcome. It's the only way to learn how to overcome is to have something to overcome, right? So this is why many of our lessons are there. And really, if you've had a tough life, give yourself credit. Be like, you know, evidently I chose to learn some major lessons in this lifetime. Maybe it's you're mastering your lifetime, because ultimately the Hierophant, which is also the card of Taurus, is of our highest energy, right? It's of our highest energy. We have the Hangman, though, under this Queen of Swords. It's like, she's like, wait a minute. I don't know. Right? Because she's next to the High Priestess. That means, you know, intuitively, she's trying to figure something out, and until she knows for sure, things are like, there's a time out. You know, when you see the Hangman, what it means is someone's seeking some wisdom on a problem, on a situation, you know, on maybe this person showing up and asking for someone's hand in marriage, but this Queen of Swords, again, she's just trying to figure it out, you know. She's using her intuition, which I like. You know, I feel like she's in pretty high energy, hence why whoever this is, whatever it is, coming toward you, it wouldn't get past the Hangman with this Queen, because she herself feels like she has overcome, and maybe that's why it's separated. I'm like, I have overcome that. But that doesn't mean that I'm no longer interested in something, right? It just means I no longer need it it no longer defines my life. If it's a person, like whether you're in it or not, that my life is not defined by that. You know, you're like an add-on, not you, but it's like you're saying to them, that's not what I mean. I don't want you to say that, but in reality, so, you know, this Queen knows who she is, right? She knows who she is. She knows the work that she's done. She's not going to make the same mistake. Whether it be a mistake or not, we don't know yet. But if all we got to do is look over here and it shows us the path of someone else's travel, right? Again, it feels like it's starting at the Strength card, right? Probably to maybe even like to calm someone's energy down. You know, maybe someone was a little reckless at a younger time, right? I was reckless. I didn't know better, type of energy. Truly, like, I was just reckless. I don't want to say a boy because I feel older than a boy, but maybe I kept my boyish ways way too long. Anyway, they must have had some type of realization, because the Strength card is an energy that you call for, right? This is you're searching, you're looking to overcome. And if you're honest with yourself, you may be saying, I want to overcome that person, but then through that energy, similar to the Hermit, you start to figure out, well, okay, well, what's my part in this, right? Because this is what that person has done. Like, what's my part in it? In the beginning, they may have said, terrible things about each other. But ultimately, I feel like both sides, whether they come back together or not, have gone through similar energy. And it just seems like the Queen of Swords is a bit ahead. And that might be why we're looking at a prince, with the Queen. Could also talk about some of the younger energy, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. Because this Queen feels like she's in tune with herself. So let's keep going. So she's just like, wait a minute. For some, this may represent, like the Three Cups may represent someone was like flirtatious or outside of a relationship. If it's something or someone new, then it talks about the experience that you've had, right? I've had this experience. I've been down this road, right? I've taken this trip. So anyone trying to then pull the wool over your eyes, I just feel a lot of strength within this person. It's not going to happen. Maybe for a moment, right? But you'll notice the red flag immediately and take a left instead of a right. That's what I feel. So it doesn't matter what's coming towards us. It's really where you're at. Because anything other than what meets your energy just won't, I don't know, stick? It's like Velcro. Like both parts of the contraction are important. Just have one side of it, it's like, okay, anyway. I see the five, so I see someone who wants to make a change. It's time to make a change, and making it of a nice vibration. We have the World. Interesting. So this Queen, whoever she is, whatever sign, don't worry about swords. Don't worry about that. It's someone who's done some real authentic work. Because it's showing that the world opens up for you, right? Why? Because of the knowledge that you seek, right? What you have been absorbing. And not just that, but like as you're learning knowledge, you're making the changes. Where before, it's like, all right, maybe I knew, but I didn't do the change. Now I feel like this Queen, I'm seeking knowledge, and then I'm using that knowledge to expand myself. So, again, whoever is over here, they're going to have to bring themselves to, your level. Because the World card, to me, opens up when your spirituality is intact, right? When it's meant to. And I love that the High Priestess is right above that, and the looking up at the High Priestess, because I feel like the Queen of Swords right next to the High Priestess, right, seeking the truth, maybe through the Akashic records even, you know, whatever it is, but she finds it. She finds it because the world is the portal that's now opening. I think I'm going to leave that with this. Let's see what's on the bottom. The Princess of Pentacles, which is perfect energy of what this queen is going through, right? The learning process. The Princess of Pentacles is building as she goes, right? Her foundation is getting stronger and stronger. But she's on a quest. You know, she's on a quest of knowledge to seek. And as she goes along, she starts to really learn the importance of this, right? To put it into action. This is someone who's putting it into action. I really like the Queen of Pentacles because she's also someone who, some energies would say that she's very peaceful, right? Peaceful within herself. She's very, even though I have this quest, she may even be quiet, but a very confident type of quiet, not a ignorant type of quiet. You know what I mean? There's a change about her, and I feel like no one can really throw her off her track. You know, even though she's a princess, she may sway a little bit, but I feel ultimately, the Princess of Pentacles reaches, masters, right? Okay. Let's use, let's use the Crystal Vision. Let me give it a couple shuffles. You know, and here we have the Three of Cups going into the Hierophant, going to the Hangman, into the world. It's almost like, again, the Queen of Pentacles, because she's the one who's controlling this Hangman. When it's time, when it's not. You know, if you're joining me within this next chapter of my life, right? Joining me within the Three of Cups, you have to be within the Hierophant type of energy. That means our beliefs, we have to be on the same belief system. And that doesn't mean religion. You know, our morals have to be the same, you know, or we have to be very open. All is possible. That's what the Strength card tells you. You're like, where are the answers? Well, they're in you, where they've always been. Right? Then it takes us a while to figure that out. Learning you have control over your own thoughts. Like literally, you know, how you can believe something that your head says, and you believe it to be truth. When, you know, I mean, that's the same as taking on energy of other people's opinions. And then you taking it on like that's who you are, right? That creates this armor around you. Well, this Queen of Swords over here, whoever she may be, she's beyond that now. She's beyond all that type of energy. So, clearly, whoever, if someone's coming in right. I don't know. Alright, we have the Emperor. Interesting, because we do have the Prince of Wands below. So this could be talk about of an earlier time, right, where I felt the chaos of the energy. And then you go into the energy of the Emperor. Aries or not, this is the energy of someone who is wise, right? Well, how do you get wise? Through experiences, through overcoming, learning about them, looking at them, reflection, that type of thing. You know, it doesn't put a blindfold on. Like, I don't want to see the truth. No, give me the truth so I can deal with the truth, move through the truth, and get to where I want to go, right? The Emperor, very determined energy. And remember, the Emperor holds a lot of responsibility in some facet. So, this may call, like this time period may call for this person. I feel like I'm reading for two different people here. May call for this person to rise to the energy of the Emperor, right? For whatever reason, like this is what you're here on Earth for, with the Strength card right there. All right, let's keep going. But nonetheless, there's the Empress. I'm sorry, not the Empress, the Emperor. You guys are probably like, what? Look at that, we have the Three of Cups. I think what I'm going to do is clarify this block and then clarify this block, and then maybe we'll clarify them all together. We have the Six of Wands. It's funny because we go from a 3 to 6 back to 3. Let's see. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Death card, potential Scorpio, potential end of something, and we have the Star card. Wow. So, first of all, it is a card of Aquarius. It is a card of your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. What it is you truly wish for. This is beyond. You know, this isn't like, oh, I wish for a dishwasher. I don't know why I said that. Though I do need a dishwasher. No, this is, you know, your dreams. Think about that. Like, if you could have anything you wanted, and I'm saying, like, well, I mean, I'm not going to put limitations on it, right? It required an ending to something. We have the World card here, so, you know, maybe over here, this person even feeling the energy of that World card, the feeling of, the Queen's going to go into the World card energy, and then when she's in there, bam, the door shuts, right? Because there's a block right before it. It's almost like she can just enter it this way. But this person's got to enter it here, and the Hangman's like, nope. Anyway, so let's look at this. Alright. So, there's a question. Two of Pentacles. This is truly what I want. Let's look at this as the other person. Okay, some of you are the other person now. Let's look at this as the other person, okay? So, here's the question, the Two of Pentacles. Is it truly what I want in my life, right? Not, can I have it? That kind of thing. It's like, is this truly what I want? Is it of, and this is the other person, is this person of my hopes and dreams? So, at some time they had to ask themselves that question, right? And I feel like they had then, with the Death card right there, had a realization that, okay, you know, to get from point A to point B, or A to Z, whatever it is, I know, right, the Strength card, I know that there's things that I need to overcome within myself, right? I understand the way I was, right? But here I am as the Emperor. For some of you, this person may have been maybe a cheater, I don't know. Maybe a drinker. Maybe there just seems to be the cups. I don't know if they're trying to tell me a story or if there's really that much joy. But anyway, so this person has to have some type of realization, right? And especially with the Hierophant here connected to this prince. You know, this is, listen, I feel like for some reason this person was meant to rise to the status of Emperor. Needed to, I wonder why I went like that. Needed to rise, and knowing that they had to rise to that status, right? Ultimately, we have victory here, right? We have victory. That's what the Six of Wands represents. So it can be victory over mastering themselves. And I'm saying mastering, but I don't know if I mean mastering, but maybe I've completed some levels. And that's like been really important. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a drink. But nonetheless, they must have had the realization to have you, if this is a person. I know that's confusing, but whatever that's the energy that represents towards you, I feel like if it's not a person, you know what it is. Anyway, it feels like this energy saying, all right, well, if I truly want this, and I do, because I made the decision. I went from the 2 to the 3, by the way. I made the decision. I went from the 2 to the death card, right? Made the decision, closed the door, right? Went through, put in the work, however you want to look at it. Why? Because something to them was worth it. Something is in the star card. It's always been their dream, right? Their hope, their wishes, their fantasy. I don't know. But they, it can even be the realization of, the energy I've been in and the energy that's available to me, right? But they know that this death card, the death of something, has to happen first. It just has to. All right. Interesting. Let's go to the other side now, which I feel is more you. We have the Page of Cups, which doesn't surprise me coming over this Queen of Swords, because all along I feel like, what has this queen been doing? She's been spending real time learning about just the energy of love, about loving herself. And what does that mean? Sometimes that sounds like a silly thing to say. I'm learning how to love myself. What it means is I'm learning how to respect myself. I'm learning how, I'm learning that I deserve really the best life. And there's only one person who's responsible for me, and that's me, right? She learns a lot through that energy. And I love that the High Priestess is right next to that. Even the Hangman, like, realizing, like, it's important for me to understand that about myself, who I am, because ultimately, who are you if you're a female? You're the Empress. Maybe that's why I said her earlier, right? Here's the Emperor. But I love that energy, because I feel like this is someone who truly finds out who their authentic self is. I've been saying that word a lot, but truly who I am. And I mean that in a very powerful type of way. Like, I'm figuring out who I am. Like, especially if, let's say this person did hurt you in the past, was a drinker or was a cheater, and makes no changes. Well, their energy towards your energy, it would fade anyway. Let's say you made a mistake and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to take you back. But it was false energy. Well, when you learn to keep yourself in this higher type of energy that now you know, like once you know it, here's the Princess of Pentacles, right? Once you learn it, you can't unlearn it, right? So now if those red flags pop up, yet you still allow that energy, who do you have to look at? You, right? You. But even with all that being said, I'm feeling opposite energy, because I'm feeling this person is rising to the level of Emperor. I could see this being a boss, but I have to tell you, it feels more like love to me. Well, hello. We have the Four of Wands, so this is about commitment, no doubt. Because when you look at the Four of Wands, it's about true commitment. This is about, there is no, oh, do you want to commit? Like, what do you think? Like, oh, I'm afraid to commit. No, these are two people who want to make the commitment to each other. To each other. I mean, there's no doubt in this card. And it's funny, not funny, but kind of beautiful that it's coming over the High Priestess, right? Because there is no doubt. And I think you should know that. You know, if you've been, let's say, playing with kind of people who don't meet up to your standards, right? Who say, oh, I don't know about making a commitment, you know, well, that's okay. Come back, see where I'm at. When you are ready to make a commitment, maybe I'll still be single. I don't know. I doubt it. You know, I don't know. But anyways, because what it's saying is, here is the opportunity of having, and I feel like whoever's over here, again, whether I know them or not, they want you. They want to be part of that Four of Wands with you. So I feel like they are ready to make commitment. I truly do. Okay, let's keep going. Even in the Hierophant, I'm feeling like a little bit of a commitment in there, right? I'm feeling like keys to the kingdom. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back over here. I wish I had a camera on my face because I'd probably confuse you. I'm back and forth all the time because different parts of the reading are speaking at different times. Doesn't always go like in order. If you're new, maybe you need to know that. Like, a reading doesn't always go like boom, 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 boom. I may clarify that way, but I'm being pulled back, being pulled all over the place, and I allow myself to go. That's probably why they're so long. Okay, but anyway, let's look at the Hangman and the World. Wow, that's a lot of cards. We have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups. Interesting. So I feel like this is talking about, telling us, not really talking about, it's telling us that this is someone that you have known in your past, because we're looking at the Five of Cups, right? You know, that's where I'm thinking there is someone of my past, and we have the Eight of Wands attached to that. And that, again, is very fast-moving energy. It's fast-moving energy, but the universe is involved in this. And the Prince of Wands, it's all the Prince, right? This fast-moving energy that this Prince had, it's kind of like, well, that's due to him. That's his free will type of thing. The universe has his hand in this Eight of Wands, I feel. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Two of Swords, but then look at this. We have the Eight of Swords immediately. It's almost like, here I come quickly. Who? Someone that I've been thinking about. Clearly, someone I've been thinking about. What does it do to me? It throws me into a dark space. It throws me into an energy of, oh my God, should I or shouldn't I? Look what comes next, the Eight of Swords. Remember who you are. You know what to do here. You know the answer. Don't be afraid of a challenge. Don't be afraid of a journey. Right? You can always change it. You can always say no. You can say no later. Don't think that it has to be forever. Maybe it's just for now. You know, that Ace reminds you of all that. It immediately takes you out of fear. But why? And how can it immediately take you out of fear? Because of all the work you did back here. Right? This time, the knowledge that you're seeking, you're absorbing it. There's a big difference between just reading and absorbing it, right? It becoming you. It's part of you now, right? That's what this Ace of Swords says. Any fear that arises, any blindfold that you might put up, bam, it's going to come down. And the truth, it's just the truth, right? So I feel like that's part of letting go, right? I'm not controlling any of this. I'm letting what I'm letting this happen. I'm letting this happen. I'm concentrating up here. Why? Because ultimately, you know, the Four of Wands is, I mean, what's more than that? I don't know. If I'm thinking love, right? But even if I don't have love, I'm still entering, and I'm able to enter into the next chapter, right? Because of the High Priestess, my intuition. I'm learning to follow my intuition. So the Two of Swords doesn't have a chance any longer. Any longer. All right, let's keep going. We have the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to put these right in the middle. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Four of Swords. Wow. Okay. First of all, do I feel like there is healing? And it's interesting I put this right in the middle. So could this be for both? I don't know. And lately I've been reading backwards a lot, which is strange. But because here's healing. The Four of Swords is about healing. Through the Four of Swords, though, I'm healing myself, right? I'm healing the situation. I'm healing everything. I'm healing. But I'm also realizing. I'm having realizations through the Four of Swords, right? How do I heal things? I'm facing it. I'm looking at it. And it's like the universe does it very gently. Gently, but you do it. That's part of, I hate to say the work, that's part of the process, let's say, right? It's part of the process. And what is some of the focus? Well, it's showing us with the Knight of Wands, focus was on the Five of Pentacles. What's the Five of Pentacles? And it kind of feels, and it's almost like, and this side, I caused the Five of Pentacles, and I understand that it took time. This feels like it may have taken time, but here's the healing process. So I can see it both ways. I have to be honest. The Five of Pentacles is that feeling like somebody just threw me out in the cold. Like they gave me information that just like instantly changed my world, changed my life. It is very uncomfortable energy. What I like about the Five of Pentacles, if we choose to continue to move, because five is about change, okay? It's all about change. Something needed to change. Sometimes a relationship needs to change, and it needs time. The people need time to heal, think, realize things, all that. Sometimes it has to be done separately because it can't be done together for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, the Five of Pentacles is the energy of things getting better pretty quickly. I feel like the energy starts to amp up within the Five of Pentacles. And where am I going through the Five of Pentacles energy? Next, I'm going to the Six of Pentacles. So right away, it's telling me why I had to go through the Five of Pentacles. Because what does the Six of Pentacles do to me? It makes me empathetic. It makes me compassionate. It makes me wanting, maybe this is what sets me into the Princess of Pentacles, that wanting to learn more. I want to help people, right? I want to help people who've been where I have been. That type of energy. So it's a good place, right? It's a good place to go. And ultimately, you're moving through, right, to the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you, it allows you to begin a new craft. Think about the separation between two people. What did you do during that time? Maybe you learned a new craft. Maybe you got a new job. I don't know. Maybe something. And all I'm saying is I feel like it's never a waste of time, right? Because looking at the six, right back at the five, I feel like we can learn very quickly. And maybe that's how the Queen is feeling. Like, I learned these lessons very quickly now. Where when I was young, right, when I was the princess or I was the prince, you know, I didn't think of the consequences. I didn't think of the karma. I didn't think that I'd ever be 40, you know, 50, 60. I didn't, you know, I wasn't thinking about that stuff. But now, that's where the focus is at, right? But ultimately, it's to allow it to heal. And listen, when it says allow it to heal, it's not joking. You know, it's not like allow it to partially heal. It means like taking the blindfolds off, looking at it, getting clarity. That's probably why the Queen of Swords is there. Getting true clarity. The only way I can get true clarity is to look at all of it through truthful eyes, right? The Ace of Swords. And what does that do for you ultimately? Anytime fear creeps in, because this doesn't say you'll never be fearful again, but when fear creeps in, you will very quickly, if you stay in tune, be able to tell what's real and what's not real, what's good and what's not good. Like, you'll see it. You'll see the opposite easily, very quickly, like you're learning lessons very quickly. So even if this energy rushes towards you and it feels chaotic, you're learning how to center yourself within that, and that's everything. And maybe that's why, no matter what, the world is here for you. And then it is up to you with the Hangman whether you want to take this. It's almost here like you're getting on Noah's Ark. You know, do I want to take this? Do I want to give this key to this person? Is this the guy? Is this the person? Right? Is this the true commitment? But within the Four of Wands, I feel like you just know it. You just kind of know it. You know, sometimes the problem is we don't trust ourselves. It's not that we don't trust them. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves to trust someone else. So we automatically put that into the equation, right? It's us. Not always, but we do not trust ourselves to make a choice. We feel like, oh, I always make the wrong choice. I always make the wrong choice. And you're making it from your head. You're making it from thoughts that aren't true, right? They're fake. They're not true. This is, you know, I don't know. I feel like if that is you, then start the journey of the Princess of Pentacles. What's her journey beginning of? Knowledge. And I feel like once you're seeking, especially spiritual type knowledge, I feel like what you're meant to hear next just automatically shows up. I really do. Like numerology is becoming bigger and bigger to me, and I feel like it's just my natural progression. I feel, you know, like I'm flowing with it. I've tried other things that I don't absorb. You know what I mean? So I know, like, if I'm having a hard time absorbing it, then chances are it's not for me. It's trying to turn my head, right? Because there's something better, there's something else. So that's trusting your intuition. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Interesting. But they're always interesting. And let's do a Mother Mary card. I am looking for new cards. Again, I left the majority of my cards at my daughter's because I wasn't thinking about this coronavirus and shipping and all that, so now's not the time. But I'm getting this urge. Not really for oracle cards, to be honest. I'm looking for very intuitive tarot cards. So I'd love to hear your ideas of some new, I guess they don't have to be new, but like even new artists out there. I need to make my own cards, I have to tell you. Anyway, I would love to hear your ideas, because I know, you know, a lot of you are readers, and I love that. I was telling my boyfriend yesterday, I think I need to start a group where it's just people who think like I do. You know, like other readers, you know, where I notice, like through personal readings, a lot of people experiencing the same thing, or I'll get a lot of life path numbers that are the same, and they're always like master numbers. It's weird. And who can I ask? Who can I talk to about that? I was thinking, well, other readers. We can even learn from each other. So, I mean, let me know what you think about that. And, you know, it can be open, right? People can, like, listen. Maybe that's how I'm meant to teach. Because I can't figure out how to teach how to read tarot. Because I just read it differently. I don't know. We have tenderness and we have family. So, we're going to read them both. We'll start with tenderness. Tenderness. Somebody just riding their motorbike out there. It's like a mini bike, actually. Hang on one second. Okay. Tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. I have to tell you, I've been in my powerful energy lately. I got to be in my gentle energy too. This card counsels you to approach your current situation gently. It acknowledges and honors your deep sensitivity and asks you to do the same. If someone or something feels too harsh, trust that it is so for you. Your tenderness is a spiritual gift that allows you to feel the presence of Mother Mary and the angels. Trust your feelings as accurate messengers that guide you in healthy directions. You drew this card because your current situation calls for you to stimulously honor your sensitivity while maintaining your boundaries. It's time for you to be both nice and assertive. Lovingly speak your truth to others. Mother Mary also guides you to develop physical strength that through exercise and tenderly caring for your body. Interesting. Let's read family. You know, a lot of us are praying for our families right now. Your prayers for your family have been heard. Whatever you're concerned about, God has the answers you seek. Since worry can sometimes attract negative experiences, it's essential to give heaven any anxiety about your loved ones. Take a moment right now to breathe deeply and exhale family burdens skyward to God, Mary, and the angels. As you release these cares, fill your heart with faith that in His wisdom and love, God has a wonderful plan for you and your family. Often prayers is answered in illogical ways, so please don't spend time worrying about how your solution will come about. Instead, trust. Trust in God, who cares infinitely for you and your family. Beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. Always love doing Virgo's reading. Always love it. And, yeah, you know, so I asked a few questions from there. I would definitely love to hear through your comments. You know, especially how this fits you. And who you are, what side you're on. I'd definitely love to hear your comments. So go ahead and leave them. And I don't care if they're long. Just make them paragraphs, like put spaces in between them. Then it's easier, much easier to read. Don't make it post after post after post. Keep it in one post. But just put paragraphs between it. It just helps all of us read it, because honestly, I end up skimming when it's all pushed together. It's just how I am. So, because I would love to hear. I'd also love to hear what your ideas on Should we start some type of a group? You know, where we're just all freely talking, you know, freely talking. Let me know your thoughts on that. Just let me know your thoughts. You know, it's been strange energy lately, I have to say. I don't know what's going on in Planetaria. I don't know why I didn't look. But I know something's going on because it's been very strange energy. And I'm learning that, like, I can't fight it. I have to just relax in it, take my time. It's almost like something is in retrograde where it's saying, like, I'm trying to push too quickly, and it's like, no, slow down. I feel like it's talking about my business. Breathe, right? So it's probably talking to all of us. I've got to learn to listen. Anyway, yeah, love your comments. Thank you for those who have subscribed and have been with me forever. I love you guys. I always feel your energy in my readings. I just do. Those that are new, welcome. I hope you found your message here. I would love for you to subscribe. I would love to have you part of the family and your comments. I'd like to know about you. All that. I think we should get to know each other as much as we can, so that you keep coming through the readings. I love you guys. Just, I don't know. I guess we need to be powerful, but yet gentle. So it is. I love you. I'll see you soon.